A St. Augustine mom learned that many of those pills look exactly like what you would get from a pharmacy, but they are fake, laced with illicit fentanyl designed to deceive, and just one pill can kill.
But when you see, your own flesh and blood on there, it becomes a harsh reality. So this was from her body to my body. So this is what I have left.
Illicit fentanyl robbed Alexa McConaughey of her youngest daughter.
The detective came to me that day and he was going to 3 other homes. The children had died that night from the same thing.
Just one pill, a counterfeit OxyContin laced with a deadly dose of the synthetic opioid, killed Sarah Flinchbaugh in May 2021 in Jacksonville.
She bought it through her text messages over the phone, over texting and social media. It's available all over social media.
Sarah was just 29.
Then they looked exactly the same. And Sarah knew what they looked like, and it still fooled her, and it got her. It was pure fentanyl.
Fentanyl is 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine.
Children on here were killed by fentanyl poisoning. And this is my daughter, Sarah Flinchbaugh, forever 29. And if you look here, there's 16, 17, 15.
McConaughey is part of a growing Facebook group called Lost Voices of Fentanyl.
Our kids!
She joined hundreds of families in Washington, D.C. this fall to raise awareness and call for change.
Fentanyl has got to go!
We were trying to get Biden's attention to do something about the borders.
According to the Department of Justice, between October of last year and this June, Border Patrol agents in 2 California counties on the southern border seized more than 5,000 pounds of fentanyl. About 60% of all fentanyl seized in the U.S. during that period. With 1 kilo of fentanyl capable of killing 500,000, the amount seized could have taken out more than 1.1 billion people. And the DEA says between May and September, 36 million lethal doses of fentanyl were seized around the country.
This is one of the greatest threats to our community, to our families, to our children.
Mark Skeffington with the DEA says just a tiny amount of fentanyl, what can fit on the tip of a pencil, is all it takes to kill you.
It's being manufactured in Mexico. They are getting the chemicals from Chinese chemical companies. They're converting that into fentanyl, and then they're flooding the United States with fentanyl in powder form as well as pill form.
There's still more we can do to keep it from coming over the borders. And if we could stop that, we could prevent the deaths.
Illicit fentanyl is being laced into all kinds of street drugs, from cocaine to heroin, even marijuana.
The cartels are driving addiction. So they're driving addiction. Their business model is relentless expansion. Any casualties is just an afterthought to them.
It's also being pressed into pills that look just like medicine prescribed by a doctor, like Xanax, Adderall, and Percocet.
There are lifelong DEA people that if you put a fake pill next to the real pill, it's impossible to tell the difference.
The DEA says it's a billion-dollar industry with an incalculable cost.
If fentanyl wasn't in that pill, she would be here today. She was poisoned. Fentanyl is a poison. It is a poison.
McConaughey just wants the influx of fentanyl to stop and wants parents to talk to their children about just how dangerous it is to buy any drug or pill off of social media or even take a pill a friend gives you.
Because I think Sarah would want me to do this. Sarah would want me to stand up for her and be her voice and let people know what can happen. Because it sure took her just like that.
And sadly, Sarah's story is not uncommon. So many people being affected by fentanyl. More than 107,000 people died of a drug overdose in the U.S. last year. the majority involve fentanyl. So talk to your kids about this. Talk to them about the dangers. And I've linked resources to this story on firstcoastnews.com. And I invite you to join us next Wednesday night at 11 as we show you the emojis that drug dealers are using on social media to sell these pills and these drugs.